Hello. Oh God, I feel like I'm so close. What's going on? Oh wait, can you hear me? Yes, you can. Okay, good. Hi. Dear God, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm a mess. I'm in a weird spot. Hey y'all. Hey Sparkly. I'm in one of those weird pre-travel spots where like technically my work is done, but it's not. I still have to do my thumbnail and get the video ready for tomorrow. But like I'm not in that mindset yet, you know. So I figured we'd stream and yap while I paint my nails because I do need to do that. So are you going to watch the race in Japan? I will. This looks yellow, right? Am I crazy? As well. Have a safe trip. Thank you. Okay, wait. Also, I still need to wash my hair. I'm showering tonight. Okay, so my uncle flew this morning out of LAX, which is where I'm flying out of, and he had no issues. TSA was not a problem. Scootish flew out of LAX last weekend, or like late last week, okay? So like before the weekend. And he also had no issues. ICE has not been deployed to LAX. I'm still gonna get to the airport super fucking early. I'm just preparing for the worst, but everything from the people I'm hearing on the ground is like, somehow it's fine. So I don't know what's going on. We shall see what ends up happening. Hold on, let me do this first before I put polish on my nails. There we go. So we'll see. We shall see. But I'm choosing to be optimistic. I'm manifesting that I at least make it to Japan. That's what I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting a good trip. And if the trip gets cut short, that's okay. It's still a good trip. You know? But I'm choosing to see. Is it hard end in the middle? No, it definitely is not meant to do that. Hold on. Let me see. No, it's 11 minutes. Dear God. Okay, hold on. Let's move that one to trash. This happens from time to time. It just means there's no storage. I'll fix it. Thank you for letting me know. I'll move it to private, save. Glad we noticed it now versus, you know, when I'm at the airport. So. Get rid of all those. Empty trash. All right, now we re-export the video. Yeah, it's almost a 30-minute video. It's definitely not 11 minutes. Okay, hold on. Okay. It's exporting. And that was weird, yeah. Well, while that's exporting, I can at least start my nails because I need to get this done. I'm just doing red because this polish stays really well if it dries properly. And then I can bring my polish with me to do touch-ups while I'm gone. Red's a pretty forgiving color. I know people are like, oh no, it's not. But I feel like it is. Like you can mess up a red and it'll look fine. Plus it looks good on camera. So. Good, I said something. Yeah, no, you're good. What's always annoying is when I see it like an hour before the video goes live and I'm like checking comments because that's usually what I do is I check comments like the next morning before the video goes live. And that's when I noticed that like everyone's like, hey, did you mean for the video to be, hey, I think this video didn't upload fully, haha. And then I'm like, God damn it. Side note, if I ever do that and then you guys see me re-upload the video, it's never a good idea to comment, oh, here's the rest of the video. I was wondering what was... Don't do that. We're not having a conversation. I'm going to delete your comment because it's an indication that something was re-uploaded. Like, just don't do it. Just know I know. That's why it was caught. That's why it was changed. But it's like a little pet peeve thing of mine. And it's just a... You know, just comment on the video. If you had a comment that you wanted on the video from before, totally cool. But acknowledging that a mistake was made is never a good idea, okay? Unless it was like an actual like, oh, hey, like here's a discrepancy of like a fact, you know, versus like an uploading error. Let's see, come on. I'm just so messy with my nails. I'm gonna shower, so like I'll wash off all the overpaint. And Nova. How? Nova as in what? What type of event? Is it an outdoor event? Are you going to be outside? Are you going to be inside? Is there a line? If you think you might be outside at any opportunity, like they may have you line up outside, sunscreen, regardless of time of year, you never know. Money, that's, I don't know. Preparing is one thing. Like if you're anxious, identify emergency exits quickly and security guards. Like it's really that's kind of like the first step. And doing, you know, checking out the website, seeing if there's any information about doors opening, bag situations, if there's bag restrictions, seeing if there's a map that they've already put online. That's good if you're worried about things. But sometimes the best thing to do is just learn by doing, you know? Going to Japan? Yes. Oh, it's indoor. Comic-Con in Northern Virginia. Okay. Could still be, you could still end up waiting outside. I have not been, so I can't attest. It depends where they have their lines, depends the time of year, would still, prepare accordingly, what's it called? What else? It's not necessarily like a convention thing. It's like just like any event thing, like parking, how are you getting there? How are you leaving there? If you're relying on public transportation, be aware of like busy times, it's pretty dependent, Joseph, when you say shit like that, it sounds threatening, just so you know. It's like a weird, why are you specifically questioning if I'm flying on a Boeing? Like, I get your point, but like, it's weird, just so you know. It's unsettling. Giving yourself time to eat is always key to me. See, it's not a convention for me unless I end up eating on the floor at some point. Like, I know at any given, like if I need to eat, I'm going to find a spot to eat. Okay. I will sit against a wall. I will do a wall sit and I will eat. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this exported properly this time. Let's see. 29 minutes. Do you play? Huzzah. Okay. Let's get you uploaded. Upload. Is ruining your taste. No. It's really funny because I was watching through Friday's video. This is Tuesday's video, obviously, but Friday's video because I downloaded it to my laptop so that I could have it to edit in case I get stuck at the airport. Or if there's any like Wi-Fi issues or anything. I have no, I'm gonna have no internet most likely on my flight for 12 hours. So if we get into a nuclear war, I'll be on a plane. Who knows? You know, you're having a good time when you're eating on the floor. Found at crowded events, there is a moment where all the sensory overload hits, and it's when I get tired and quiet. This is snack time, specifically coffee. There you go. See, I've gotten to a point now, especially with my content, where I just have gotten to a point where I'm like, I know when I need to leave. You know, like I've gotten very good at understanding my boundaries and how far I can push myself. But that's something that you learn over time, you know. A water bottle if you're allowed, especially like a big one. Water bottles are important. Because I've now done 2 different Comic-Cons. I've done, you know, San Diego Comic-Con and LA Comic-Con. And I mean, despite what an identity crisis LA Comic-Con is, you know, like it is still like water is often an issue, but I'm familiar with that convention center. What's in Japan tomorrow? I'm going for Formula 1, and then I'm going for shenanigans in Japan. Tourist shit, you know. That's what's in Japan. Japan is Japan. This will probably also, I'm like trying to get the most out of this trip as possible as well, because there's a high likelihood I will not be able to do any more international trips after this. There's a high likelihood I'll be having to cancel this international trip halfway through. Apparently, it was officially announced that Americans around the world are supposed to be exercising extra caution. So, which I mean, I always do, because I am American and I'll acknowledge that we are assholes. So, we shall see. Didn't they get rid of the Gundam robot? I thought they decommissioned that. Giant Gundam. I could have sworn they decommissioned that like before I went last time. Gundam Japan. Oh, there's several. Let's see. Is it still up? Okay, some of them are still up. The big one I think was taken down, was it not? No, it's still here. Okay. I shall see. Maybe. I don't know. Fanatical like of Americans. You say that. But there is also I just saw a sign on a gas station in Japan that said, no new gas incoming due to Trump. So you say they like Americans. They don't fucking like him right now. And unfortunately, he represents us. So I'm just going to be operating under, I don't know, should I pretend to be British? That won't go well, I don't think. My goal is to not be a shithead. That's my goal. People do think I'm Canadian. Canadian? I can say I'm from Toronto. Just from Toronto. Until the thing is that like you pull out your passport for like literally everything in Japan. So Canadian. Okay, I'll just if need be, I'll say Canadian. But if I have to scan my passport for anything, it will be you know, very, very clear. Just be Canadian. Tells me that Aussies are less popular in Japan than the other English-speaking nations. Okay, good to know. Say you have dual citizenship. I admit, I did think with everything going on, I was like, God, which country could have a marriage of convenience? Like who is someone from another country that I could have a marriage of convenience with? That like I could get dual citizenship. I was debating it. I was thinking about it. I was like, God, who could I ask? But everyone I know is like either married or like gay. Canadian transplant in LA. See, that's the thing. It's like I'm never a shithead when I'm traveling. Like I'm very aware of my volume. I'm very aware of the fact that like Americans stress people out. I'm aware of all these things, you know, like and frankly, the amount of weird, not even just Americans, like non-Japanese people that I met in Japan last time that were like, had some, either said some things that were vaguely racist or said something that was outright racist. I was like, I'm good, you know, like the bar is really in hell, you know. Oh no, I'm not American. I'm Californian. I'm from Los Angeles. You know how it goes. Yeah. But it was the last administration last time I was in Japan, okay? It was different administration, okay? We've done some dumb shit. We've done some dumb shit to global politics since the last time I was in Japan. Was German, so I might qualify. I'm not American. I'm a content creator. I'm from the internet. You know, I'm a citizen of the world. Ontarian. Toronto. I should say Toronto instead of Toronto. It's very that's very Santa Ana. Because we don't say Santa Ana, it's Santa Ana, even though there's a T in there. It's like this OC accent. Huntington Beach instead of Huntington Beach, where you like run together the T's. Yeah, the joke about Pearl Harbor doesn't help, but then their prime minister was dancing in the White House. So there's also protests in Tokyo right now, protesting the war. But it's less, it's more so about their prime minister being like, don't get us in this fucking war. What are you doing? So. You're in Edison, LOL, exactly. They seem to visibly relax. That's fair. State city, if you live in a big one, is probably the safest thing. Again, I'm also, you know, not to say that, you know, people in Japan are like less prone to confrontation, but it does seem like that's the case. And if there is a problem, not that it would come to that, but like I can take care of myself. Let me put it that way, okay? Like if there was truly a problem, you know, I'd be fine, you know? They're having the same national movement that all nations seem to be having. The prime minister is very much an isolationist. Fun. Yeah. No, it was because last year I was really looking at like options for potentially moving to Japan for at least like a little bit of time. And basically everything I was looking at as like what would be an option was nuked by this prime minister. So like they're like, fuck Amanda. Members only video looks to be fine now. Yay. Okay. It's at 30. No, that's perfect. Yeah. Usually it goes a second longer. It's doing the checks now. So should be good. I just got to get all of the like SEO and shenanigans done. I just hate when things like this happen where it's like every other video there's like they asked for so many different edits, the sponsor on it, which happens. I haven't traveled since 2014, so I'm pretty rusty on dealing with international travel, lol. I do pretty good with international travel, but I will say, I had a much better reception in Japan than I did in, say, Austria, than I did in, say, Germany, you know, because Americans were a little too smiley for them in Europe. Japan, they don't seem to mind much. But I am clocked that I'm American because I smile too much. Oh, and when I was in Slovakia, I ate while walking. I had ice cream while walking, and that clocked me. There's always the next PM being pro, Amanda. You're so right. Being able to handle yourself, not necessarily martial arts. I'm 5'2" and I fight dirty, so I'll be fine. I need your YouTube Shorts review of Hoppers. I haven't seen it. I'm really behind. I'm really bummed that I didn't have time to go see movies. I tried to go see Project Hail Mary before I left, but like all the screenings were like all the decent seats were sold out. So I haven't seen Ready or Not. Here We Come, or the second one. Haven't seen Project Hail Mary. Haven't seen Hoppers. There's another one I didn't see. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I got tickets. I got tickets to Suzuka way earlier than everything else. I still have an extra ticket for Suzuka, so I got to sort that out. But I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine. But yeah, I have my tickets to the race. Everything's gonna be good and dandy. I'm going alone the entire time. I haven't messaged any of my mutuals that I know in Japan because I don't want to bother them. It's kind of weird to be like, hey, I'm going to be in your country, because that sounds psychotic, you know? It's like, even though I'm going to multiple parts of the country, it feels weird to be like, hey, if you're free and in Tokyo, you know? So I might, I don't know. I haven't bothered anyone yet. I'm in your city, pull through. Yeah, no, see, I hate doing that to people. Because I also hate when people do it to me, you know, because like I have friends, I love my friends to death, but I also have friends that like don't tell me that they want to do something until they're already in town, which is basically now what I would be doing. And I don't want to I'm there for 3 weeks. So like I have time to be like, hey, how y'all doing? You know? But it's one of those things where it's like, they're like, oh, I only have this time to see you, but I want to see you. And then they complain when you don't make time to see them. And it's like, okay, well, you didn't tell me you were coming. You gave me one time slot and I have something booked. So I don't know what to tell you. They are around. Yeah. Wait for that ticket. I mean, I know one, viewer is actually going to be there. But it's funny because I met them at the airport in Tokyo, on the way to the race in 2024. And then we bumped into each other in Nagoya at the castle. And then we bumped into each other. We've now bumped into each other, met up with each other, like at multiple races. So, but they made driver cards with drivers as Pokemon. So I will be meeting up with M, because I do need a Pokemon driver card. That is something that I will be finding. They were in Vancouver and we should hang out. I had to remind them there are a lot of Canada between Ottawa and Vancouver. Yeah. It's also massive. It's much easier to do something spontaneous in Fargo, North Dakota than the traffic torment nexus. Yeah. Someone clip and then suddenly send it? In what? Going to something that other people can join on can be like, hey, I'm going to be here. I'm also going to this fun thing if you want to come with me. It is weird, but also it isn't. You would want to know they were around. What? That's rad. Hi. Which driver is which Pokemon? I don't know yet. That's what I need to find out. I want friends who are like, I saw you were in Germany and you didn't contact me. Rude, when I'm like across the country. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm stalking you, Pokemon Lando, please. Yeah. I mean, they watch my YouTube videos. It's not my fault if I... No, I'm kidding. I did message a comment on one of their TikToks because they're blonde now. They've had dark hair the entire time I've like known them. They dyed their hair blonde, and I commented on their TikTok because they were at the Chinese Grand Prix. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna, or no, they were at the Australian Grand Prix. Don't ask me what they do for work. I have no idea. It's funnier if I don't know, frankly. Because the way they teleport to all these races, I'm like, you must just be like, I don't want to know what their job is, frankly, you know? So I'm excited. I can't tell you guys what are the hotels I'm staying at, but I'm very excited about it. So lots of content. The streaming channel where YouTube viewers, where you guys are watching this, there's going to be vlogs and content from my trip that doesn't fit on Swell Entertainment and doesn't fit on Girly Pop Go. It's going to end up on this page. So you get to see it. So like the ghost tour of the bamboo forest that I'm doing, guess where it's going to go? Here. So that channel's going to get a little bit of a little rebrand. I haven't figured out what photo I want to do yet, but I'm sure I'll find something. Come on. Okay. The streams, it'll still be the streaming channel, don't worry, but I want to utilize the fact that this channel is also a video channel a little bit more. So it was funny. I dropped off. Hermes is not here, as you can see. I had to take him to boarding, and I dropped him off this morning. I also made my tax payment, so that was a lot of money, but I paid it. My taxes are done, which is good because in 2024 I was in Japan when I got my tax estimate. It was real bad. It was a real bad tax estimate. I literally got the number and I turned to Scootish and I was like, do we think we can get more for my kidney here or in back stateside? It ended up coming down. It was not nearly that bad this time around, but it was still a chunk of money to part with on a Monday. So, squad. Not for owing money, but for paying them and it being done. It's done. It's handled before I leave the country. That's good. I literally got the confirmation that my accountant submitted the actual tax return, which is perfect because that means that there's the filing is gonna be there, and then my check's gonna hit the Internal Revenue Service. They're gonna get my check, so it's gonna be fine. So. I was hoping I wasn't going to owe anything this year because I didn't owe anything last year, but alas, I think it's the new tax bill that Trump did in 2017. It like finally hit. So like I actually ended up owing more because of that. Because I technically spent more last year than not more than I made, but like more than in previous years, basically. But alas, I don't have to worry about this stuff for another year. Like, there's ways to make tax season less stressful. This year, it was way less stressful, I would say. I think because I made myself make sure everything was handled and done and dusted before I left, because I knew I was going to be gone for a while. I think that helped things. Like, even today, getting my cashier's check from my bank was extremely streamlined, like, faster than I've ever had it be done. The most stressful thing was the guy that came in shirtless, and I saw every teller visibly stress out. And I was like, Jesus, I don't have time for this. I don't have time. It ended up being a nothing burger. The dude came in, did a lap, and then left. So if he was casing the joint, not my fucking problem. Okay, my money's handled. Don't worry, Swell, I left a normal comment. Dear God. Oh. It doesn't even show the comments yet. Let me see. Let me click it. No comments. It says no comments still. Yeah, you live in California. It's currently, it is 5:15. It is 82 degrees outside. Winter jump scare. Nah. Don't we all? Why do men? I don't know. Tax day is very soon. Yep. That's why it's all handled. Just imagining your shit-eating grin in a hostage verification photo. I've had this talk with my dad. Because my dad's a YouTuber as well, and he's a financial YouTuber. And he's not like dripping in money, but he doesn't not have a little bit money now because he's a financial YouTuber, so he makes like more money than I do. And so we were joking one time about like if there was a hostage situation, like if they were dumb enough to take me to like get my dad to pay a ransom, like would it be something that I did or would it be because they thought my dad had money, you know? And yeah, we both agreed that if they actually wanted the money, they should take my brother because my brother is like he's huge. He's 6'2", 6'3". So like they wouldn't take him. They like wouldn't. It would be me. I'm 5'2". But I'm psychotic if need be, you know? So it's like it would be a mistake on their part if I was abducted. Like they'd have to kill me immediately. You just have to. It's really your only option is to just take me out immediately because like I have no problem clawing your throat open. Like I really don't. I'll go for the eyeballs. Like I will hands-on castrate you. Like, so you'd have to just take me out. You just have to. It's not cooling down at night. Yeah. I was a hostage. Dude, I would so make an I was a hostage so you don't have to video. God, take him how? Why not both? Damn, your brother stole all the hygiene. I know, and I came out first, which is bullshit. I took the talent. I left the height in the womb for him. I live in Plano, Texas. It's 79 degrees. It's going to be 83 tomorrow in Corpus Christi. It's worse. It's humid AF. I'll fuck your shit up if you try me. I'm the 99 bottles of beer on the wall type and would be asking, are we there yet if we were hostage? Oh no, I'm doing psychological mind games. Like I'm fucking with your brain. And then the moment I get you to think we're like boys or some shit, or that I'm willing to sleep with you, then I'm taking your eyeballs out. Like I will make it so that you are confused by the situation before I kill you. Like it will be that, like there's thought, I'm a writer. I've thought about this shit, okay? Like maybe they shouldn't target, one's a giant and one is a gremlin. Yeah. My dad, honestly, my dad would make the most sense. He's not he's an asshole. I love him. He's an asshole. But he isn't I'll sue you type, you know? Like if the apocalypse happened tomorrow, they all have to come to my house because I'll be the one that actually is willing to do some shit, you know? Like my dad, one time I picked my dad up from the bar. He was out with friends. He wasn't supposed to be drinking, but he was drinking. Not a big deal. And him and his friend is hammered. My dad's like kind of drunk, okay? And they're telling me about a fight that they got into. And by got into a fight, it's that two other dudes in their group were like mouthing off. Another guy was fighting with this other guy. It was just dumb bar shit, okay? But one dude missed a guy and like took a swing at my dad but didn't hit him. So rather than jump into the fight and make it worse, my dad and his drunken glory goes, I'm gonna sue you. Which is a great way to deal with a bar fight, I suppose. Neither of them got punched. So, like, I guess it kind of worked. Men are weird. So, yeah. A fight. Yeah, it was like there were punches thrown, but it was like dumb bar fighting that, like, the cops weren't even called, you know? I'm a hot girl with glasses. You can't afford to get rid of me is crazy. Teeth and, like, I'll bite your hand off. Like, I don't give a shit. Which would be good for them because I would be screaming. Also, maybe biting people. There you go. I also have my rats on me most of the times. A chihuahua. If it works, it works. $0. And also just kills me the vibe that you don't want to fight anymore. Yeah. I bet then they all told everybody about this crazy fight they were in. I mean, these two dudes. And I was like, am I just too sober to think that this was like a dramatic fight? His friend in the back seat, he totally forgot my name, by the way, when we dropped him off. He was like, thanks for the ride up. And my dad goes, Amanda. And I was like, no. I want to see what he would have come up with. Because you know it wasn't going to be Amanda. He was never going to say Amanda. It was going to be something else. And I really want to know what he would have come up with. And I'll never know now. He was like, I was going to say Amanda. I was like, no, you fucking weren't. Go inside. Was this the Trump supporter front? I have no idea this was years ago. Logically, in hindsight, the answer is probably yes. He's not the one that I know is an active Trump supporter. Like, active. The one that made that dumb fucking comment about Palestinians that I literally, like, factory reset with my rage, and I just got out of the fucking car. Like, because I was already like, God, we were doing so close to you with me not wanting to punch you in the face. And then you make that weird comment that doesn't even make sense about Palestinians. Like, what are we talking about? Like, so yeah, fuck him. That guy I hate. That's what I'm talking about. It's not the same dude. This dude that was drunk, I think it was like high school friends or something, because I've never seen this guy again. I've given him a ride home when he was drunk, and I've never seen him again. You want to see a bunch of white dudes rap battling? Drunk white dudes rap battling with her? I don't want to know what would happen with a bunch of like white 60-year-old dudes rap battling. I really don't want to see what could come out of that. Hopefully that will help me avoid being kidnapped. I'm also broke. Yeah, I think being broke is helpful. You know how they say like being heavier is helpful. I know having tattoos is good for avoiding cannibalism, allegedly. I don't have any, so I guess I'm a risk of cannibalism. I don't know. Okay, now we have comments. Let's see. Nope. That's weird. It's still saying held. Are they held? No? Published? That's weird. They're not showing up on my end. It says they're there, but it's not letting me see them. Okay. Just don't be weird, Winter. I'm assuming it's fine. Okay, the wigs on the live action Moana are so comically bad. Like, I already wasn't planning on watching this movie because, like, it looks so dull and lifeless that I have just zero desire to see it. But then I see the wigs and I'm just like, ooh. I have to eat someone, but not enough to ingest toxic ink is wild. Another reason to get tattoos, I guess. Wait, Amanda, there was a snack expo somewhere in LA a couple of weeks ago. Were you aware of it? I found out while it was happening, so no, I did not go. This happens a lot. Like local events, I don't get advertised a lot of local events, which is odd. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I saw Winter's comment on the video. It's the normal comment they leave. Okay, good. The Rock looks awful. The wigs just look bad. Okay, listen, I'm not condoning the behavior, but I do have questions. Okay, can I read you guys a headline? I just have questions, okay? A professional cornhole player with no arms and legs has been accused of murder in Charles County. He is a quadruple amputee. Allegedly, he pulled up in a car, shot the victim, and then drove off. And I'm not doubting that a quadruple amputee can commit murder, because that would be ableist for me to think that they're not capable of this. I just have questions. I just have questions. I'm not ableist. I believe that you are capable of doing anything, including murder. But I do have questions on how this was executed. Dayton Weber, 27, a professional cornhole player, is accused of fatally shooting 27-year-old Bradrick Michael Wells during an argument in La Plata, Maryland. Police say Weber shot Wells inside a car, then drove off with the victim's body before it was later found in a yard in Charlotte Hall. Weber was arrested at a Virginia hospital and faces first and second-degree murder charges as he awaits extradition and the charges. Police have not explained how Weber, a quadruple amputee, was able to drive a car or fire a weapon. It was a gun. The murder weapon was a gun. They're saying it was a... Do we have the caliber? He's been a quadruple amputee since he was a baby because he had a blood infection, which is crazy. He's a professional cornhole player in the American Cornhole League. Apparently he does drive. I have seen some people say that, oh yeah, no, he drives. But also I'm very curious because I don't know if you guys saw these videos on TikTok. There is a woman, I believe here in LA, I'm not certain. She got pulled over and given a ticket for using her phone while driving. She was driving with her left hand, and the ticket says that she was using her right. She had her phone in her right hand, which is now against the law. Problem is, she does not have a right hand. She has one arm, and her arm is like amputated here. She does not have a hand. So tell me how a cop believes she was texting with this hand that does not exist. Everyone on TikTok is like, girl, bring us with you to the arraignment. Fight this ticket in court. I want to see what happens. So I'm wondering if this is just a maybe, you know, like, was his car stolen? Because, like, shot him. How do you get the body in the car? Not saying that it can't happen, but how do you do that? Because depending on the size of the person, I, with all my limbs, would struggle to do that. You know? You can't send me the link, but yes, I have also heard there. Sorry, that's what I heard. I heard there was clips of him shooting a gun, but not clips of him driving, I believe. Oh God. Let's see. God, all of my feed is just people laughing at the Rock's shitty wig. I guess gun owner pre-amputation and car owner gets gun and car stolen is a good theory as any. And there were two people in the backseat who got out and left. Nope, they refused to help dispose of the body and flagged down police. Like the live action for Moana might make me cringe. Yikes. Yeah, he's been amputated since a baby. Let's see. And you had a video commenting that people should film landscape footage, and that helped me remember to keep the orientation consistent. There you go. Mood. I'm drying my nails. I want to do top coat, but I want this to dry more. But there is a beauty influencer, I guess that's what she is, LOL, named Brielle, who has no limbs, and her videos where she has makeup are fascinating. I think I've seen her. There's quite a few. Oh, Brielle. She have dark long hair? Yes? I think we're thinking about the same person. Oh, found the video of him shooting the gun. I'm not gonna play it just to be on the safe side, but God, here's him loading it too. Jesus. How do you? Holy shit. Yeah, guys, I think he may have done that shit. Yeah, guys, I think he did that shit. That's crazy. No, he doesn't use his mouth. His, it seems that wherever he uses like this, because it looks like he was amputated here so he uses one arm to hold the gun in place, and then seemingly there is some articulation here that almost works like Knuckles, but doesn't work like Knuckles. And that's what he's using as a finger. So he's holding it in place with this elbow, and then using this elbow to pull the trigger. And his shoulders are pretty muscular, I would say, which would make sense since he's holding himself up. He's holding the gun against his leg while he loads it with his arm. Yeah, he may have done that shit. He doesn't use his mouth. I'm watching it. If this is him, I think this is him. It looks like him. Okay, yeah, that does look like him. Yeah, I do think this video is him. God, I am so curious about... Like mid-thigh? Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's it, because it's like he doesn't seem to have bend, but he seems to have almost like knuckles like material here, but that wouldn't make sense because he was amputated. It's not like it was the limb didn't grow properly. It was that he had a blood infection and had to be amputated. So, God, I am so curious if there is like obviously there's not technically evolution within like one's own life cycle, but I am so curious if they have seen any development of like how exactly your muscles changed for people that that became amputees as a baby, and then how they grew versus people that became amputated later in life, and like how that changes their articulation of their muscles and their ability to move their muscles around and things like that. That would be I'm sure that study's been done. Yes, it must have. God, this looks so bad. Like, I will not be seeing this movie because it just looks ugly. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Bose! Hi, Raiders. Jesus. Thank you for the raid. How was the stream? Okay, I guess we'll watch videos today. Welcome in. Hi, I'm Amanda. You're watching Swell Entertainment. Thank you for the raid. I am literally traveling starting tomorrow, so who knows when I'm going to go live again after this. But thank you guys so much for the raid. I hope the stream went well. My chat never moves this fast. I really don't know what to do. Thank you for subscribing, Lena. You won the Swell Grand Prix. Lena Bobino, you won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you. Thank you guys for all the follows. Dear God, hi. We love you. Thank you. Those conferences, you look familiar. Yeah, I do conventions. My hair's a mess, so I don't normally look like this. But yes, I do. I am a YouTuber. I make commentary and reviews of products, media, and events. I am mostly known as the event chick. Yes. What do you do? I make YouTube videos, mostly. Streaming is my side gig for funsies. Safe travels. Thank you. What's up? All the mod alerts popping up is really funny. I love when my faves raid each other. Hi. Event check, yes. They're great. Go watch them. Thank you. Oh my gosh. You sound like Anne Hathaway from The Princess Star. Thank you. I've never heard that before. What kinds of events? I do all types of things. So like right now, tomorrow I'm leaving for Japan and I'm going to the Japanese Grand Prix. I've done Bigfoot research conferences. I'm doing Anime Expo again this year at some point. Probably gonna. Someone really wants me to go. One of my audience members have been like really requesting like God, sorry, I'm missing subscribers. Electrobody won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for subscribing. Let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss any other subs. Upside Down Girl, thank you. You won the Swell Grand Prix. Anyone else? Trying to make sure I at least don't. There's too many follows. I can't say all your names, but I want to make sure I don't at least miss the subs. Okay, I got Lena. But thank you for the raid. Totally cool if you can't stick around. I think Bose may have dipped already. Lauren, thank you for subscribing. You won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you. Go to a sheep and wool. Yes, a sheep and wool festival. A lot of people have been requesting it. I'm trying to go. Outside Magazine has a like expo. Like a whole outdoor, like almost like outdoor land type of like festival. I'm trying to go to that this year. We'll see. But with the current state of global politics, this current trip of me going to Japan will probably be my last international trip of the year. I did go to Mexico already in January for the Formula E Prix over there. I was working with the Formula E team, Mahindra. And I'll probably, that's probably going to be it for this year because I'm assuming, you know, war. I'm also fully prepared for it. Thank you for the gift subs, JPEG. You won the Swell Grand Prix with the gifted subs. Your chat is not doubled. On YouTube, I love your videos. Thank you. Welcome in. We're going next week. That sounds fun, Af. I want to go to a Wolf Fest. How do you feel about Taylor Frankie Paul? Yeah, I'm not talking about that anymore. You see, I'm the daughter of a Taylor. So I don't have the take that a lot of people want me to have about Taylor is my thing. So I've decided I'm not talking about this anymore because one, it's extremely triggering for me, and two, a lot of the rhetoric I've seen online, unfortunately, about Taylor Frankie Paul is from the perspective seeming of people who don't seem to believe that women can also be abusers. And as someone with my primary abuser being my mother, it's hard to engage in this conversation without feeling like I'm going to yank my hair out. So, yeah. Is the chat doubling again? On my end, it doesn't show doubled, chat. I'm looking at the Twitch chat. Try if your chat is doubling, just refresh it. That might work. But it's not doubling on my end. Thank you guys for following. Yeah, understandable. Just curiosity, totally cool. Flying anywhere right now with the state of the airport security seems tough. So my uncle flew out this morning from the airport I'm going through. Treasure Train, what does that mean? Discount unlocked. Participants save 35% on 5 or more gift subs. Okay, cool. We apparently unlocked a Treasure Train. I don't know what that means. I stream for fun and entertainment. So I don't know what Treasure Train means. But I'm assuming that's a good thing. And restarting the app fixed it. Okay. Updating Twitch fixed it for me. Okay, cool. My mother was also my primary abuser. Hearts and hugs. Thank you. Yeah, more people should read Jeanette McCurdy's book. Yes. I highly recommend I'm Glad My Mom Died. So. The woman is always unpleasant to be around, so I feel so sorry you had to go through that. It's all right. I'm doing great now, and I'm funny. So, you know, I wish the children in the situation involved the best and security and safety. That's what I hope for everyone involved. That's my primary thought. I don't follow The Bachelorette. You're good. You don't have to. Get to Japan in the Navy. I never did. Are you able to actually request where you go in the Navy? I know you can but I don't know, actually. I feel like you can request your placement, but you don't usually get it, right? Silky Meadows, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you. Sorry, I just saw that. Lauren Walsh Art gave out 5 gifted subs. You won the Swell Grand Prix with the gifted subs. JPEG Mango gave out 5 gifted subs. Thank you. We're now at level 4 treasure train. I still don't know what that means, but thank you. Having a network of support is great, LOL. Therapy is great. My therapist gets some shmoney from me. 3 top choices, and depending, you might or might not get one of your top choices. Gotcha. There's a whole system. There's a whole system that decides where you go for military. WGG. I just thought it would be cool if I ended up there. True. I hope the potential bachelors are still being compensated. They were never going to be compensated. They don't get compensated. You don't get compensated for going on reality television. You don't get residuals for going on reality television. There's been some discussion previously, I know. Thank you for following. There's been discussion. Kuna, thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you, Kuna. Kuna, I think you're the top gifted person on this channel. I know with reality TV, Trolley, thank you. Trolley McTrollface. Oh, whoa. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I always like seeing people's screen names. Thank you for following. So with reality television, you actually don't get compensated for going on the show. Even if you win The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, you don't get money. What you do get is the ability to become an influencer. Money, yay. Okay, so none of these guys are gonna be able to get, oh cool, we're at 75% of my sub goal. Yay, thanks guys. Hype. Retro, thank you for the gifted subs, for the 5 gifted subs. Oh my God. You usually don't get residuals when you go on reality television. So like, for example, there was a big discussion of that when America's Next Top Model hit streaming recently, in the last couple of years. And everyone was rewatching this show and all these clips were going viral and all this old trauma from like a decade ago was being brought up. And none of those women got paid, even though it was the top spot on Netflix for like weeks, okay? So there's no residuals, you don't get paid, you're not compensated. I think if you make it to the final, like you're like one of the last 3, I think I know, at least previously, I don't know if this is still the case, at least for The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, if you're one of the final 3, they give you a chunk of money for like stipend, as in to make sure that you don't fuck off and leave the show before you can maybe or maybe not get engaged. So at least previously it used to be like $1,500 is what I heard, to basically hope that you will pay your rent. Now that was years ago. That doesn't work anymore. So I don't know if that's changed. I haven't heard that number since. If you're ever curious though about The Bachelor or Bachelorette, I highly recommend reading, I think it's called Bachelor Nation. I have it, it's downstairs. It's from a reporter who I believe was writing for Today magazine. And then had access to The Bachelor and made a comment for one reporting one time and then fully got her like approvals like revoked. So she wrote the book Bachelor Nation. I highly recommend it. That's from forever ago though. That's pre-lockdown that book came out, I think. That's when I read it. But yeah. Left click loot. Thank you for the gifted subs. Yearly Autumn. Thank you for the 2 gifted subs. Sorry, as I'm talking, I'm like missing the gifted subs. There's no more, right? Retro, I got you. Trolly McTrollface. Kuna. Okay, I think I got everyone. Thank you guys. But yeah, you don't get, so the compensation technically, because a lot of these guys took time off of work, they could argue allegedly, ruined wages potentially, like, oh, I had this contract that was going to lead to X, therefore that didn't happen. So it's like a time commitment. They could argue the Bachelor Nation guy, like the Bachelorette contestants for Taylor's season, could technically argue that ABC is in breach of contract. However, Taylor could also argue that for breach of contract. I'm just going to sit here till a pop-up is clickable, because what the fuck is this app? Oh, I don't know. Never mind, not yet. It's close, though. Garnished wages. Not necessarily garnished wages. That's not... general seems like a nightmare. Oh, as someone that has been produced, so in case you guys don't know some of my lore, I have been on Dr. Phil. Don't worry, I didn't do anything. It was during lockdown, so I was in the comfort of my own home. And even then, I had a producer try to produce me from the comfort of my own home. And I'm very aware of reality TV. I watch a lot of reality TV. I consume a lot of like reality TV, not so much anymore, but at the time I really was. And so I was hyper aware of people producing you. And so as soon as I got this phone call, I immediately knew what the fuck was happening. If you want to hear me talk about my experience, there is a video on my experience going on Dr. Phil. I went on Dr. Phil because I was an attendee of TanaCon way back when. Some of you might know what that was. But basically, if you've seen footage of TanaCon, it's probably my footage. But one of the guys that put it on, Michael Weiss, he went on TanaCon. He went on Dr. Phil and was like trying to like clear his name, and like he had old clients come and confront him. And TanaCon was like one of the biggest blow-ups of his career, basically. And so they actually contacted me to use some of my footage for my video, and I was like, I have things to say. And so they liked me enough that they had me come on the show. And liked me enough in the thought that maybe they thought I was producible or whatever, and what they said to me didn't change what I was going to do. So it is what it is. Is this a Swell Streamers viewer record? I don't know what's happening. Level 8 for the gifted subs. That's definitely a record. It's trying to be a YouTuber. I think, yeah, people keep tagging me in his stuff. I'm just like, I'm not engaging. You did with Michael after, and you two comparing notes on producers was really great. Yeah, well, because I do think that's also important with that as well. Like, A Little Lively Sing and on Netflix, yeah. Upside Down Girl, you won the Swell Grand Prix with a Prime Booze. Thank you for subscribing. Hype Train start. We have another, okay, I swear, Hype Trains are so all over the place. Because technically that Hype Train should have started sooner. That's weird. But we're still on the Treasure Train. So are we doing a Hype Train and a Treasure Train simultaneously? Because I can't imagine we'll beat the Trauma Train of earlier last week. Record is level 9 for the Trauma Train. The Trauma Train record, Trains on Trains. It's not funny. The followers were so backed up then, yeah. I mean, thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's totally cool if you guys don't want to stick around. I get it. We're just yapping. I'm going to Japan for 3 weeks, and I have no idea if I'm going to be able to stream at all from hotel Wi-Fi that I'm going to be on, or any of my, eSIMs and such. So we're streaming now before I leave tomorrow. So yeah. I love me a train choo-choo. It's not funny, but it is funny. But yeah, like I will say, even though I knew what was coming with the being produced, it was still like a weird mindfuck situation to be on the phone with someone and have them very clearly be speaking to you in a way to try and get you to do something. Like it's crazy. And so I can only imagine what it's like to be on a show like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette and have that be constant. Lauren, thank you for subscribing. I think I already thanked you. Yes, you won the Swell Grand Prix. Yearly Autumn, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know what these trains be working, but I found some bits I bought ages ago. Thank you. Thank you, Yearly. Shanita, you won the Swell Grand Prix with a Prime Booze. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, I think everything is super delayed still. Did you get played? Oh no, I did not get played. It's just one of those things where it's like what I ended up saying, if you watch the Dr. Phil episode, what I said is what I was going to say. That was my plan the whole time, okay? I was open to having a discussion, and then I heard Michael just lying through his teeth, and I was like, we're not doing this. Like, I know what I experienced. I know what I was there. I know what I saw. That's real. what you're saying is wrong. And so that's how that was going to go. But when she called me, JPEG, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. I think it already, the alerts are super delayed. This is the problem, I think. So sorry if you guys see me doing a delayed alert for your congrats. My GIF isn't showing up. There you go. I don't know what's going on. It's very weird. Retro, thank you for the 55 bits. Everything is delayed. Thank you for the follows. I don't know what's going on. Left click, did I say thank you? Left click, you gave out thank you for the gifted subs. Did I get you? I don't know. I think I did. I don't know. Thank you. Okay. Delayed Bose raid. Thank you. Welcome in, Raiders, for those of you that are just now coming in. But yeah, no, basically, so in case you don't want to go watch the video, it's from 2021 is when the episode finally aired. So that's when I was finally able to do my video. Silky Meadows, thank you for the 100 bits. But basically, before the episode, before Lauren, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Before the episode started, basically, because I had to sit and wait in a room in my bedroom at my dad's house and wait for them to call me, basically, to have me be on camera. But I was technically on camera in the studio watching the entire time. There was talks of me. Sunny, thank you for the 10 bits. JPEG, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Okay, there's a lot happening. Everything is so backed up on my end. Nothing is in order. Also, I really like the name Crazy Mad Scientist. Thank you for following. That's very fun. I want more Mad Scientist stuff. I feel like we need more Mad Scientist media. But she called me and she was like, hey, are you all ready to, she was like, are you all ready to go? And I was like, yeah, I'm set up, ready whenever, just, whatever. And she was like, okay, I probably shouldn't be telling you this. And I was like, what? She was like, Michael is just the worst. Troll and McTrollface, I don't know if this is another, I don't know if this is delayed. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the gifted subs. Anarchy, gift to Amanda, break the Twitch. Anarchy! Everyone say hi to Anarchy. She's my friend. She's a VTuber. She's the muse of cosplay. We're not breaking Twitch. It's just delayed. It's not broken. We did not break Twitch, okay? I'm telling the story about how someone tried to produce me on the cast when I was on Nomad. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the sub. You won the Swell Grand Prix. I'm telling the story about how a producer at Dr. Phil tried to produce me. And she was like, we want you to come for him. He's just been the worst. Specifically the words, we want you to come for him is specifically what, they wanted me to, audibly lose my shit at him. And, she started telling all these stories of, he's just been so demanding. He wouldn't wear these outfits. He wanted this certain water. He walked in and just started making demands the entire time. Yearly Autumn, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. And I was like, really? No way. Crazy. And it was just again, I wasn't surprised, whether it was true or not, I wasn't surprised. It didn't change how I was going to do it because nothing would have changed. I probably would have been calmer if Michael had not just openly misled the situation when he got on the stream. Nomad, thank you for this. Did I already say thank you? You won the Soul Grand Prix. Okay. Why do you have to say anything about that? What do you mean? What a way to phrase that. Yeah. I mean, technically, they probably think that they did it because I did, go off on him, but I was, I went off on him because he was lying. I wasn't going off on him because they told me he was an asshole to production. That's not why I went off on him. I went off on him because he actively lied on the show. You guys, the point was to manipulate me into getting a reaction that they thought was worthy of television. That's what production does. That's what a producer does. So now imagine that phone call, but that is your only... Chinita, you won the Swell Grand Prix. I think I already said... I know I'm repeating the shout-outs, the flag waving, but I don't want to miss any flag waving. Thank you for the 100 bits. All of our alerts are really delayed. The point was to manipulate me to try and freak out to give them better television is what they were concerned about. That's what the producer is doing. So with a show like The Bachelorette, imagine there's a handful of producers, and at the start of the show, you've got 5 or 6 different dudes assigned to you, okay? And so you'll see early on who is liked by who and who they at least have decided already. Because by the time you're cast on that show, by the time you've been cast for Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelor, they already know if you have a shot with her or not. They know. They know who they are casting because they think they'll be a good fit for Taylor. Thank you for the bits. They know they think you'll be a good fit for Taylor, or they know you'll make good TV. And that could be, good TV can fall into the villain, the comic relief, a fan favorite. Maybe even they start pitching for you for the next Bachelor. But that can change over time, okay? So things like that. So by that point though, okay, so let's say, and some people that have been on these shows have said, oh, I realized right away that I was a favorite or that I wasn't liked. Like they clock it really quickly because you can see where the producers are orchestrating you getting more time with the lead. So like they might come to you and be like, do you think you should maybe go steal Taylor away? Hey, Taylor's alone on the balcony. If you want to go talk to her, did you get time with Taylor yet? Like little things that are kind of like, you're going to take advantage of this opportunity, right? You know, and then there's also times where it's like, hey, just so you know, I heard that Bradley is talking shit about you and Justin to Taylor. Yeah, you know, like it's there is a manipulative element to it, whether positive or negative. So that's one of the other reasons that it's hell to be on a show like this. Because also think about it this way. Taylor is the first Bachelorette ever to have access to her phone regularly. They don't let you have your phone even if you are the lead. You may be allowed to have supervised phone time, but you're not allowed to scroll on Twitter when you're in that house. You're not allowed to call your family, you know. If there's a family emergency, someone has to call production to then get a hold of you. One story that I heard was from Becca, who was on Ari season, and she talked about how they actually were told about the Vegas shooting at Mandalay Bay. They were filming the show and they had no phones, they had no news, they had no television, and so they brought all the women into the room to let them know about the mass shooting in Vegas. And she said, I'm not usually someone that gets emotional like that, but that was so haunting to be told in that way. And the first news they got of the outside world was of this tragedy. And imagine what that does to your psyche, basically. Like there's so many things like that. And so a lot of it's one of the reasons as well that people on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, specifically The Bachelor, I hear the women talk about this more, where by the time they get to the altar, they truly do believe that they are in love with this guy, even though they've known him for maybe 2 months, basically, because all you are doing that entire time is spending time with these other women. And what are all of you doing? Dating the same dude. So what are you talking about? Maybe your hobbies, maybe you're working out, maybe you're journaling, whatever. But what you're also doing is talking about the lead. And so your whole brain becomes like obsessed with the lead because also your producers are also talking to you about the lead. So it's kind of like psychologically priming you to be obsessed with the lead guy. So by the time you get to the altar, you're sobbing when he doesn't pick you. And that's what they want. A former Big Brother winner realized that an alliance they were in was fake because they weren't getting pulled for interviews very often. The alliance wasn't brought up a lot in the interview. See, if you're aware of things, if this is why I think to be successful on reality TV, you have to be on reality TV. You have to be watching reality TV. You really do. Otherwise, you don't fare well. You really won't. With the 9/11, if I remember correctly, one of the contestants had a family member who worked in the World Trade Center. They were fine. Oh, dear God. Now I want to read psychology studies on reality TV production. I definitely recommend checking out the show Unreal. I think there's only 3 seasons. I watched the whole thing during lockdown, actually. And I believe it was created by 2 former producers of The Bachelor. But it is set in like a Bachelor style world, basically. And it's the production side of shows like The Bachelor and Bachelorette. It is fucking insane. But it shows some of the little intricacies of producing and things like that. Especially that first episode, I think shows really well what it does to people. To your brain, huh? It does. We need to build you a flag waving robot at this point. Thank you for following. Oh God. As somebody who doesn't watch reality TV, I don't think I could keep up someone with that type of brain rot. That's fair. The other thing, so I like watching the Real Housewives franchises. Bits and pieces. I'm only watching Beverly Hills. It's boring as shit. It's driving me insane. These ladies need real life problems. But I like watching it from the perspective of like an anthropologist. Like, oh yes, I'm observing these rich ladies complain about who said what when and spend dumb amount of money. They're all being investigated for fraud, or they will be if they have not already been. And they're all on the verge of divorce. And it's fascinating when you watch it from that perspective. Because if you're like watching it like, oh my God, these are good people and I want to see them succeed, like you're going to have a miserable time. But if you watch them and you're like, how will they fuck up the day next? Like that's a better way to experience, in my opinion. The only reality TV I watch is Survivor because I need the challenges to break it up. Fair. To be good at reality television. Yeah, it's called Gen Z. Let's see. I can absorb that sort of thing. It must be satire all over it. Think of it as a British comedy. I also recommend Ladies of London. Is just now being released. It's a show from forever ago, but they have a new like series on it, basically with a whole new cast, and it's such good television so far, because it is like a lot of them are like elite in London, and they're all batshit. It's kind of hilarious. Just a good cast, good casting, best casting I've seen in a while for reality television. Feels more like a game. That's fair. "90 Day Fiancé" is so cringe to watch. We did what we called crime last year, where we illegally streamed Australia's Married at First Sight and psychologically analyzed them every single episode. It was fantastic television until the channel that we were watching it on got turbo nuked, and then we had to stop. It's currently airing right now as well, and I've only seen clips of one of the couples. Gotta go. Bye. Yeah, MAFS, Married at First Sight. I missed it. There is one couple I've seen clips of, and what it is again, she's Australian, but she loves MAGA, and she is extremely conservative. She hates wokeism. But then she is married to a man who wants her to be submissive and not be masculine. And she's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I hate wokeism, but I believe in an equal relationship. It is fascinating. Yes, she's white. I should also make that note. Because again, you love MAGA and you're Australian. What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, that's the thing. White conservative women hate feminism, but they want the benefits of feminism, you know? Yeah, that's white conservative women in a nutshell, truly. I am streaming. Is it an emergency?
No, I just,
Sorry, my dad was messaging. My dad said it was. My dad's stressed about his health because I stressed him out about his health. Sorry, that's why I muted it. He's fine, but the founder of OnlyFans dying scared the shit out of him today, which I think is honestly that's helpful, frankly. He's like, doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't stop cancer from getting you. I was like, well, yeah, that's how life works. Yeah, he passed away. He was like 54, I think. Did I ever say Dr. Phil was a good guy? No. He literally goes by Dr. Phil because he literally can't go by Dr. McGraw. 43. He may have been 43. APAC lost a major donor today. Shame. Poor APAC. Boo-hoo, APAC. It was 43. Gotcha. Dude, Wife Swap is incredible reality TV. I loved watching Wife Swap. When Wife Swap, during lockdown, I watched a lot of Wife Swap. And frankly, I was like begging, because like I have a little brother, okay? He's 25 now, I'm 28. But like Wife Swap, I was begging writers, like television writers, to watch Wife Swap to see how siblings actually react. Because Wife Swap, I think, is such a good dynamic of sibling dynamics, truly. Like in different families, because as soon as like the mom is swapped, then you really see how the siblings are together. And it's like, yes, see, this is how siblings are. Not, hey, bro, what's up, sis? Sis, I'm gonna go play baseball. You're a girl. Like Have you talked about the Age of... No, the Age of Attraction show grosses me out. They're out of television ideas. I haven't seen it. I don't want to watch it. I was making a point about reality TV types being drawn to the Magosphere, not accusing anyone of supporting him. Gotcha. Guys, what the fuck is this? Explosion reported at Valero Refinery in Port Arthur, Texas. Nearby residents told to shelter in place. Is this real? This is 33 minutes ago. I'm not in Texas. I'm in California. Like, the horrors be whoring. You live in Texas. Okay, please shelter in place. I don't want to say that this is indication of, you know, the war that's not a war happening, because it's a Monday. We're not allowed to have war during the weekdays when the markets are open, according to our president. So I'm not going to say that this is at all related, because we did have an explosion at a refinery in Central California a couple months back before all this was starting. And they believe that, I think, was a freak accident is what they determined that was. So I don't want to say that this is related, but I'm not going to say this is not concerning. Can't happen on a Monday. No, can't happen. Totally not. Totally not related. Totally not related. Zoomed in on what? Okay. People are weird. That's a lot of fire. I don't like that. We can't have totally not war happen when the stock market's up. I know totally not war is happening today, chat. Totally not war. So even my cheap gas station, chat, is up $1.25. So that's at least here in LA. Or because the definition requires at least 1,000 people to die on both sides. Until that is just sparklingly armed conflict. Oh, 100. One, I feel like that's an absurd definition. Two, I guarantee you we're closing in on that number on our side, and they're hiding it. I guarantee you. And if Trump's to be believed, we have hit that for them. So... hitting $4 now in North Carolina. There's no conflict happening in Ba Sing Se, yes. Fine, I'll use the phrase conflict instead of war. We can't have conflicts on Mondays. And on Wednesdays we wear pink. You know, like, what the fuck are we talking about? Semantics. You think Congress is improving any of? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, yeah. It's not war unless Congress says it's war. Like, what are we actually fucking talking about? I'm not arguing semantics with y'all. I can't tell if you guys are fucking around, and I just can't read it because you're in text format. But like, I can't tell if you guys are fucking around. It's not a war because Congress doesn't say it's a war. Okay. It's $4.99 in Seattle area. It sounds like it was an accident, but too early to really call. The video I just saw is from 33 minutes ago, so I'm not certain. Let me see. Massive explosion. Okay, this is an hour ago. Massive explosion at the Valero oil refinery in Port Arthur, Texas, sends towering clouds of black smoke and intense flames. It's one of America's largest oil refineries. 335,000 plus barrels a day capacity. Emergency crews responding with no injuries reported yet. We still don't know the cause. Let's see. Call it Trump's war. Are we not calling it that already? So a resident said they smelled rotten eggs, so I think it sounds like a gas leak. Oh, for the refinery explosion? Gotta love that you started talking about war and I get a recruitment ad right away. Thank you for following. All right, you guys want to pivot from war and watch something totally less stressful, i.e. horror videos? Spooky camping videos? Has BazarBub posted anything? Let's see. Any new BazarBub videos? Oh, one from 2 days ago. Here we go. Perfect. It's like he knew I was coming. Okay, let me go turn my AC on because it's too hot in here. Give me 2 seconds. Let me enjoy a chair stream for 2 seconds. God, that just scared the hell out of me. I just jumped because I went downstairs and I flipped on the AC and then I stepped back on my stairs to come back up here and my neighbor is outside the door and dropped their keys and I thought someone was trying to get into my apartment. The real horror. Neighbors. Okay, let's see. Oh, hang on. Let me fix the framing. Hold on. The crop's a mess. Let me fix this. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. And I thank you. Yes, we can distract ourselves by debunking and or being creeped out by spooky videos on the internet. So, the way this works, newbies, the way this works is we go into every video open-minded. However, I have an intolerance to bullshit. So we will attempt to debunk these videos, but I'm open to having an open mind and being creeped out. Okay? Okay. Interior design horror. No, this layout is crazy. These are always like, I hate these types of curtains because they're meant to be on a rod. Like actually, hang on, wait, you can't see my mouse. So the curtains like these are meant to be on a rod, like the actual rod is supposed to go through them, but they put hooks on them so they look insane. They look like bathroom curtains. Why are they in here? Anyways.
Around 11 p.m., Destiny K is fast asleep when suddenly...
I'm sorry, not the foot arrow. That's crazy. This is the boy room, I get it.
Wakes her up out of bed.
What? Was that a fire? What was that?
Destiny didn't know it at the moment, but her house was...
Not free feet.
struck by lightning. However, this wouldn't be the only thing she wasn't aware of, because on the
Struck by lightning is crazy. Is that still a thing that happens? I thought like all houses were grounded now. Is that still a thing that happens?
same night of this incident, something rather creepy was recorded on camera. During the time that lightning struck her house, something happens inside her room.
Okay.
Okay, you got
So
me.
that's me in bed. There's a TV. Look,
That TV setup is crazy. Are you, is this your home? Because girl, we can fix this. Look at the amount of space here. You got an armoire. You've got the TV on the edge of the bed. I would kick that thing in the middle of the night. This is crazy.
in this general area. Okay, this corner of the room, and tell me if you see what I see. The lightning strikes. Look in this bottom right corner.
Okay. It jumps at you.
Wait for it. There.
I don't see it.
Now I'll play the video in slow-mo so you can
I
see
don't
it
see it.
better, but keep in mind that the sound you hear in this video
No, believe it or not, Temple Tam, this is a different voice, I think. Bub is different than Chills. Chills is different. We can pull up a Chills video after this. But Chills' compilation have not been good lately. He's pulling a lot of... I think he's putting AI slop on my timeline. Chills has not been picking good videos lately.
isn't scary music that was added to the footage. The sound is naturally what you hear when you play it at 10%
Then pull your
speed.
scary
The
video.
following is what was caught.
Okay. I don't see anything. Zoom in. Okay. What we're not going to be scared by, because there was a giant fucking flash, that is definitely just camera artifacting. That's definitely just the camera trying to fill in his face when it can't see anything, because it just got flashbanged by fucking lightning. It's trying to reorient itself because it went really bright and
Do
it
you
got
see
really
that?
dark. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. That's not.
Tell me that doesn't look like a person sitting on the floor in my bedroom.
Yeah, it's me. Ooh,
And then they're gone.
I'm watching you sleep. It's me. Like, what do we...
And then it's just gone.
This would creep me out, but I'm also, why are you studying? Why
this
did you?
thing.
I'm so curious how she noticed this at first, because that took us a few times to see it. I'm so curious. Like, did she post it and someone was like, because the lightning would scare the shit out of me. I'll give you that. Because like lightning, it doesn't strike the same place twice. I'd still be scared. Okay. But that, why would you look over there? I'm looking at the light. What drew your eye over there?
Keep in mind.
Call the
Although
British
Destiny
Museum because
can't
that's an
figure out what
artifact.
exactly
Is
was caught
crazy.
here, she can definitely see an outline of a body. The image isn't exactly the clearest, but there's no doubting that something which wasn't there initially suddenly appears before disappearing in a flash.
So over here is where I capture the footage.
This is a crazy room layout. The amount of space in this room.
Over here, I have
Are
it
you
sort of
are you bunking here? What's going on? This is a weird layout.
crossed this way. I sort of exit out the other.
I mean, you gave this ghost so much room for activities. I don't know why you're shocked that he's doing yoga while you're sleeping. Look at all this space that you have just left open. Of course you've got spirits doing yoga in your floor, okay? Like, what are we doing?
door.
Get a rug. This
These
won't be a
stairs have
problem.
Flash.
Now, little did she know that this wouldn't be the only thing she recorded on camera, because
There's
something
no
else
ghost
was
sitting there
captured
because the
inside her
ghost will
home
probably
on the
run
same
for a
night of
move
this
after that
incident.
flashbang. Yeah.
Literally half the power in this house is out. Half of the house is out.
Over at her living room, her security camera recorded
There's
the fire
more?
department arriving to her house. They were there to check for any fire hazards caused by the lightning strike.
Smart.
But during their inspection, something very strange happened.
Oh my god, there's
This is all
more.
captured on like a security camera that's battery operated, and thank God we had that. Pay attention to this firefighter right here. He keeps looking over at the couch again and again, like as if someone's sitting there and there's not. And this is when it really gets weird.
According to the firemen, they'd sworn they'd seen someone sitting down on this couch.
I'll give you
Watch
that.
closely.
That would also creep me out.
Really? Yeah. Well, invited is right now. Invited is a strong word. I had to pay. But if you bring part of my life.
He doesn't react. Firefighter should have talked about it later. She has to leave her still? Yeah. I don't think that's anything because if you look at the rest of the footage, like off to the side over here, like over on this side, there's little glitches and things like that happening on everything because of the battery powered camera. Like these aren't high definition cameras. It's not picking up everything.
On the same sofa where they thought they saw someone sitting, this happens. An imprint on the back cushion begins to rise, almost as though someone had gotten off the couch.
Sure, Jan.
Now, of course, it's quite likely that the firefighter was merely leaning on the sofa,
Yeah.
causing the cushion to pop back into place after getting off.
There
But
you go.
here's where things start to get truly
You
creepy.
answered your own question.
If it's likely the case that the fireman was responsible for the rising cushion, then how does one explain this? On the same recording, just a few minutes before checking this panel, a fireman shines his light on the couch and shows this.
You know what? I knew you did. That's the very corner of the dark and the right wall. There you go. Oh, okay.
It moved again?
All I need are
When he makes cool light pictures with warm light. There's so much.
No one was
This
leaning on
house
the
is
couch this
very.
time, let alone
I like the TV mount, but there's no TV on it.
being close to the sofa. Yet somehow, an imprint begins to clear up, as though someone had stood up from sitting down. Like
Yeah,
someone disturbed
maybe someone was sitting there before the firefighters got there, and then it moves.
by the light.
It's the
they move
same
away.
movement. It
Now,
looks
none of the firemen
exactly
had
the
noticed the
same.
shifting imprint, and neither had Destiny, until she went through all the recordings to see if anything else happened on this night.
It's the TV's in
But
the
while
bedroom.
scrubbing through
Yeah.
all the videos, she found something else that she didn't even notice
Again,
at first.
another
and
one?
it's something that you might have missed too while watching these
I'm
clips.
so sorry. I'm over
Early
it.
on, when
I'm
the
over
fireman
it.
kept looking at this couch as
I'm
if
over
seeing
it.
someone sitting there, this happens.
Move on. Move on.
I didn't even know. House.
The dock.
Number 4. No, not that I mean, we've got like city blackouts. Not towers, so.
It's almost like the light glitched because the house was struck by lightning. No way.
Whatever it was that the fireman kept seeing on this couch must have been so unsettling that he couldn't stop glancing over. Perhaps he was trying to make sense of what he was seeing.
Or firefighters, like most first responders, are trained to regularly sweep an area. Because these situations, especially if there's electricity and fire involved, can evolve quickly. He might be scanning the room to make sure there's no other signs of scorching, smoke, make sure he's not smelling anything weird, you know. He could be doing what firefighters and most first responders are trained to do, which is to continually peruse the area, okay? The light going off is not weird. Your house got struck by lightning.
But it didn't help, because looking this way only made things more baffling. Somehow,
Is that a candle?
that was burning
It's a
bright goes out all
candle!
of a sudden.
Candles do that. It's in a corner with very low air circulation, maybe. There's no whatever. The wick was maybe not cut before and then it finally burned itself down. It could be many things that make that light become less obvious. A lot of people don't cut their wicks. They don't trim their wicks when they get a new candle. If they've never experienced it, I don't think, you think this is a house that has candles around? Look at their interior decorating. Of course not. No. They definitely just had a candle here and they lit it. They were like, oh no, we need candles. And they went to the cubby where they kept candles, because of course you have one. And they just pulled it out. They didn't trim any wicks and they lit it. That's just if the candle went out, sure. The candle didn't go out though. It just went back to a regular burn, which means that it probably burned down to a proper length.
Then later, another candle extinguishes. The two candles, combined with the fact that both firemen thought they saw someone sitting on the couch, makes
This is
this whole
dumb.
occurrence unsettling. With everything that occurred that night, it's no wonder
This is
why she
dumb.
can't help but think that a ghost or some paranormal thing was caught on camera. But like
Watch
with
what
most of
I've
these
seen.
videos,
Thank you.
it's never certain as to what
I have
was
an opinion on
captured.
sliced bread, so I always have a lot of
There haven't
opinions
been
on
any
these
updates
things.
on the situation.
Yeah, because this
but
was
until
your
then,
house. Let's say, hypothetically, this was spooky shenanigans, okay? I think we can agree that a random freak event like your house being struck by lightning could cause some random shenanigans, okay? I've been watching a lot of X-Files, okay? There's a lot of random shit that triggers special activity, okay? Let's say all of this is real. The house probably isn't haunted. Your house got struck by fucking lightning. Weird shit probably happens when you're struck by lightning because now there's electricity in the air and shit that's messing with stuff. It's not the strange. Sometimes the wick just gets too short for a breeze. Yeah, they have the door open. They literally have the door open in the video. But I don't anymore. I had a couple issues where I made the wick too short. I'd never had a problem with not trimming. The house is haunted by electrical issues now, exactly. Yeah, I want to know more about the lightning strike. Yeah. I'm also a bit shocked only half the house lost power. Yeah.
This one has yet to be explained. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
I think this is silly. That's my thoughts.
Now, this
4.
next video was sent in by Nia22, who writes that she took this recording
Look at the Stitch jumper.
back in 2014. She remembers filming this moment right away, just in case she needed proof for anyone who wouldn't believe her. While staying
Good.
over at her grandmother's house, her grandma's dog Coco began staring at the ceiling. But Coco had no reason to look there,
How old
as
is
nothing was
Coco?
on the ceiling.
How old is Coco?
She would just stare at it before hiding underneath the bed.
Oh.
Turns out, she was looking at the 2 ribbons attached to the ceiling fan, one of which is moving by itself.
Sorry,
But then
I'm not
suddenly,
laughing.
something happens
a
that
lot of
terrifies
flies.
everyone inside.
Here's my old phone, just to prove that it's not edited or anything.
This is Nia's footage. Watch.
You know what's doing that? A fly that's not dead yet. There's a fly, maybe up here, and it's not dead yet. It hasn't died yet. So it's still kicking, still flapping its wings, and it's causing the fly strip to move. That's fly paper. It's sticky paper that flies, when they're flying, fly into. And then they die a quick, slow death. Not a quick death, it's a slow death. So it's moving because a fly is still alive and it's flapping its wings. That's it. Also, dogs are weird. Hermes does that too, and he's younger. Brown. Coco looked snazzy though.
Did that boy text you yet?
No, look,
The scariest part of this video. Did that boy text you yet?
Coco can tell something's wrong.
It's the, yeah, you're texting boys. Duh.
I bet you never sat up there and watched the game when you and I showed it.
Do you see that?
That's, you guys, that's not a breeze. That is 100% a fly that is alive on that thing. I am convinced of it. The way it's jerking, the way it's moving, that is 100% a live fly or two that is trying to get off the sticky pad.
Tripping. Coco.
You're texting boys. Coco doesn't like that.
Coco. What you doing down here?
Coco remembered she had a snack that she hid. Duh. That's a live fly, chat. It's jerky.
Bye, Coco.
Bye, Coco. What the f?
Yeah, Coco probably hears the buzzing. That would make sense. Okay, you're burying the fuck ass lead. What do you mean? What do you mean? fuck the fly trap? Why is the bed trembling?
In a panic frenzy, both Nia and her cousin jump out of bed. Thinking that an earthquake was happening right then, they immediately hop off, only to see that nothing else in the room was shaking. If nothing around the bed or below it was there to cause a tremor,
Yeah,
then
Coco's not
what
even
did?
shaking there.
As Nia believes, Coco had crawled out from under the bed as she sensed that something wasn't right.
Bye, Coco.
Bye.
Like most
This is what happens when you text boys, okay? The Holy Ghost. I can't even do it.
videos involving dogs that see things that aren't there, this one seems to suggest that something unexplainable was at play here. Perhaps
The bed was
ribbon
like,
wasn't what
hey,
was
you
getting
thought it was
Coco's
the fly.
attention, but instead, whatever was moving it. Had Coco sensed something that might explain the rocking frame? Or had something else been at play here? As she writes, only Coco might know the answer to this.
Or you could have asked your grandma because you're in her grandma's house. Nothing else was
Late
shaking
at
though.
night, when two girls are home alone, having what appears to be a sleepover at either girl's place. It's unknown whose house was hosting this mini slumber party, but whether hosted by the girl recording this or the one who's seen on camera, it's safe to assume that they won't be having any more sleepovers at this house. As the video shows, something pretty creepy was captured while both girls stayed up late.
Walking really funny.
Now the girl talking behind the camera is known as Kay Marie, and she took this video way back when she was still attending grade school. It's been more than a few years now since the time of this recording, but still, to this day, she hasn't forgotten about this. As Kay Marie writes, me and my cousin are messing around and we caught something strange.
Okay.
This is her video. Take a look.
Was it filmed on a Nokia?
And go over there and then go like. Dude, what the heck, man? Who are you? Hello? What was that? Did you guys see that? It's
It happens quickly, but a strange, translucent-like figure passes by. Little Kay Marie knew that she saw something, but wasn't entirely sure what it was. Almost immediately after asking, "Who are you?" a seemingly translucent, wispy-like figure flies above her head.
dude, what the heck, man? Who
What
are
the
you?
heck, man?
Hello? What was that?
It just shoots across so fast that you can't make out its shape.
I'm so curious. Okay, new skeptic study. Someone do this, okay? I think that a really interesting study could be done, okay? Ball lightning, you think? I think it's too high for ball lightning. It's too random. Because this girl doesn't seem to see it. And you would hear it. Would you not? It's chemtrails inside the house. So I don't necessarily think it's ball lightning. What I think, I'm so curious. This would be a really cool study if someone wanted to do this. Contact people who made videos like this or posted videos like this and track the record of the dates, the times, and also what device it was recorded on. Because I am so curious that there would be trends between who filmed something on, say, like a flip phone, a Nokia old school camera, a selfie camera on an iPhone, a DSi camera. Like, I would really like to see if there is a trend in weird anomalies like this with the based on the device, you know, like for the type of phone. I think that could be really interesting because, like, for all we know, this is a side effect of this flip phone, you know? But on ghost hunting shows? See, I just think that would be cool. But it'd take a lot of research hours, you know what I'm saying? You can see it in the light, yeah.
Whatever this was is just weird. But this wouldn't be the only weird thing recorded, because much later, Kay Marie captures this.
There's
That.
more?
Did you guys see that? Come on. Come here. Come here.
That's her.
A voice saying "come here" is heard on video.
That's her.
It's a barely audible voice, sounding much like a whisper, that seems to be aimed at Kay Marie. Although she didn't hear it at the moment, she strangely repeats those same words herself moments later.
Really?
Come here.
Okay. Now we're just trying to hear things for the sake of hearing things. That is definitely, she's on what looks to be a leather couch or like a type of couch. If you make movements on those couches, the air escapes and you can decide that you hear that. I don't think that's actually what's being said.
It's unknown as to where this voice came from or why she repeated those same words, but nothing is as baffling as what occurs next. It was just moments earlier that this was caught in the living room. Watch closely.
Hello from the other side.
See, I also think it's interesting because you can see her friend, her hair is also artifacting and almost looks like it's waving, like it's coming off like flames with the way that she's moving. So I'm so curious. Now we're just being ridiculous. That is definitely, you hear her moving on the couch. It is not hey, it is the mic trying to strain to pick up audio from the couch of her moving. No one is saying hey. Definitely no one is saying hey. No one is saying hey. You literally hear her moving and then it goes hey. It definitely is the couch making sounds and the audio is picking it up.
Getting really funny.
On the surface of this TV screen, a reflection of something moving appears out of nowhere. Mind you though, that K. Marie is sitting down during this time, and her cousin is in the other room. If no one else was home, then who was this?
So let's talk about how reflections work. So this is definitely her friend. She probably thinks this is the light from the room, but this is the light from the room behind her. So it's almost like slightly inverted because of the distance of the TV. This is definitely her friend. I have a crafting question. In what way? This is definitely the reflection of her friend moving.
And why is it that this is seen and not the flash from K. Marie's phone? As she points out, the screen showed no
She doesn't have a flash. This is a super old phone. I don't think there's a flash on it.
reflection of the camera flash or the light from inside the room behind her. In short, nothing that night made any sense. It's for this reason that she shares this video so that someone can explain this. While there has yet to be a definitive explanation,
I don't
she
think the
continues
flash
to wonder
is
just
on.
what
It doesn't
exactly
look like it's
happened
on.
that night.
Hello from the other side.
I mean, that's super bright. There might be a camera, a flash on.
Now, the following video was recorded inside
The
a subway
light, I think, is what
carriage
they're
with
meaning.
not many passengers on board. The
Yeah.
person who took this is known as Mark Ogpas, and apparently, while taking a late-night train back to his hotel, he saw something that made his skin crawl. According to Mark, I caught something that was not normal and gave me goosebumps. Now, just for context, this video was taken in 2023 after Mark had come back from playing at a festival that same night.
Mark.
Given that Mark is both a musician and a singer, he rarely posts anything that isn't about making songs or singing on stage. One look
Right,
at his
lights,
channel,
exactly,
and you'll
yeah.
find clips of him either playing at sold-out venues or jamming with friends. All of his videos have nothing to do with anything creepy or paranormal. That is, until recently.
Ghost
After
caught
sharing
inside
countless
train?
videos about music, Mark uploads something that he's kept private for 3 years. On the night of September 2nd, 2023, Mark was
that's a
riding a train in
stroller.
the city of Vienna with friends and family who had just seen him perform at a venue that just ended. Not sure if he was just seeing things, he takes out his phone and records this.
Hold the camera steady, dude. This girl probably stepped out of her apartment and was like, I look so pretty. I look so nice. Maybe she's going to a funeral. I don't know. That's definitely just a person in a veil. wearing black. That's it. That's it. That's all. The way her face doesn't even look creepy, it's just like obfuscated from the veil. It's creepier because you put that filter on it, dude.
Among all passengers on board, one rider stands out the most. Sitting alone and appearing quite stiff is someone who's dressed in all black. They don't move and show no expression whatsoever
they're
on their face.
probably just sitting on
like
their
a body
phone.
devoid of any life, they remain still while staring off with a dead gaze. Now, of course, the odds of this being an actual person dressed in funeral attire are not low, but being dressed as a mourner in the dead of night with a stiff demeanor will definitely spook anyone. However, what makes this truly unsettling is a tiny
Vienna, I think.
detail that Mark mentions. According to him, when he showed this video to his friends who were sitting across from the lady in black, they told him that they didn't see anyone sitting there at the time. The seat was
As an asshole of my friend group, I would 100% also tell you I didn't see anyone sitting there. If I can tell you're already visibly bothered and creeped out, I'm telling you I didn't see them either. Because I'm what? An asshole.
entirely empty as they recall. The mourner, as Mark calls her, was only seen by him and thankfully by a few others around him. But of course,
Then she was
what do you
there.
think?
They're-
Had Mark captured
I don't know why he doesn't just assume his friend has poor situational awareness. Men are weird.
a full-figure apparition on camera? Or did he just record someone who strangely appeared lifeless while dressed in funeral garments? As always, I'll let you come up with your own conclusion. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com.
Got ghosts?
That being said, let's get back to the video. It was during a school field trip to the mountains that the following was caught on camera. Now it's worth noting that the exact source of this clip is unknown. It seems that whoever took this video was
Can't be
most
Gotham
likely
Indiana, I
either a
guess.
student or a teacher who was accompanying the students on this bus.
Okay.
But as it seems, someone or something else had also been accompanying the group, or at least stayed close to them. Throughout the entire video, no one on this bus notices anything strange during their trip. Whether distracted by the mountain scenery via the bus window or the large dash cam inside the shuttle, no
Or maybe because they're being bopped around like they're in a milkshake maker. I don't know.
one had noticed the thing that appears during this recording. See if you can notice anything strange in this clip. Watch closely.
Why are we only blurring some of these children's faces? Oh, that weird face? That's it? The one kid with the weird face? Was that it? Oh, what the fuck is that? Wait. Someone's face was pale. I didn't even think about looking at the camera footage. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. Did none of them react?
Now at first glance, it seems that nothing unusual appears inside the bus. And actually, that's true, because what was captured doesn't appear inside, but instead, outside. If it weren't for the live dash cam inside this bus, this wouldn't have been captured.
Scurry creature.
Pay close attention to the TV that's linked up to the dash cam.
It's Rocky. Could it be a cat or something? Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? I know exactly what it is. It's a Fresno Nightcrawler.
In front of the bus, a mysterious figure passes by. Whether walking or running, something about its movement seems quite unnatural. It just
Finally
seemingly
proof,
staggers
yeah.
across the bridge, as if limping or tottering before disappearing.
It's hard to tell. It's
But by
horrible video
far,
quality.
Its appearance is the most uncanny. Whatever this is doesn't appear to have a torso. What looks like a pair of moving legs are only seen on camera, but the rest of the body Nowhere. Now, because there isn't much info on the video, it isn't known if anyone else had spotted the figure, but if they did, it wouldn't be far-fetched to think that this would have scared the living daylights out of them. But as always, let me know your thoughts on this one. Thanks for watching.
That's what we
and I
end
hope
on?
you enjoyed.
That wasn't as fun. Hold on. Let me find. Okay, let's do. Should we do Wilderness? Our friend Wilderness Whispers. Our frenemy. I mentioned Wilderness Whispers in a video this week, chat. So I'm sure he's gonna. It'll be really funny if he's like, this bitch.
Vanessa is an outdoor enthusiast who created a channel to share her adventures in the forest, camping, bushcraft, and all sorts of outdoor projects. Her channel gained a solid following thanks to her genuine personality and how helpful her videos are for viewers. However, in this particular video, she came across something extremely creepy that left her shaken and genuinely scared for her life. Over time, Vanessa has worked on many projects in different forests, building various shelters, which often take multiple days to complete. This means she frequently leaves and returns to continue her work. In this video, she planned to return to one of her ongoing projects to keep working and filming. But unfortunately, she found everything destroyed and discovered some very concerning things left behind.
Wilderness Whispers. Is that her? Did she set up her camera this far away?
Bleib hier. Komm.
Did she walk this far away from her camera? Yeah, that is her. Girl, what'd you see? Girl, I want to know too. What's going on? Bye.
Ich weiß echt nicht, was ich sagen soll.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. What happened? What happened? Did someone leave a note?
So there is a notification with my name on it. Mrs. Blank.
Okay. So, unfortunately, when you are a public figure, and a lot of people on the internet don't think they are public figures, but you are, things like this can happen. It doesn't make it... It's scary. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. She should take this seriously because now someone knows exactly where her camp is, obviously. But yeah, this is a real concern when you are a public figure, even if it's even if you have 1,000 subscribers, you know, like that's 1,000 people that didn't know you before, you know.
Learned nothing. Short trousers, and then something I can't read.
Learn nothing, short trousers.
I'm not sure what's really stand there. I wanna piss at you or I wanna visit you. It's such
Girl, leave, get your axe, and just bear it like this and get the fuck out of there.
Ugly writing. I'm not sure if I read everything. So you was not there. What a pity. Your camp is now damaged and it's your fault. We see us. So it was something that know me, that know my camp. Nein, geh nicht ein. Nein. And just want to destroy it because it's mine.
They destroyed her camp.
What an asshole. Here is... I had to cover it that Icat doesn't step inside. And the only thing which is not so much damaged is the roof. So it's not so long ago when I covered it with moss. I spent a whole day for it, only for the cover, because I have to collect the moss. but everything else is
I think Germany.
broken, destroyed.
It was obvious that whoever did this knew her personally. It wasn't a random act. Someone knew exactly whose camp it was and wanted to send a message.
Personally, I think is being used too loosely here because that implies that this is someone that she actually knew. This is someone who knew her, which is worse. It's scary to think that it's one thing to think that someone that you know is capable of this. It's scarier to think that there's someone that you have no idea who it is capable of doing this to you. And based on the note of what she read, they were hoping she was there. So I can only imagine what would have happened if she was there. I'm sure she's imagining the same thing. She is distraught because they have destroyed her camp, but this could have been way worse if she had been there.
Whatever that lesson might have been. It was a shocking realization for her, knowing that someone might have been...
I have found this as well. I'm not sure if this is the situation, but I will say, as someone that solo travels as a woman, men get really fucking weird about the fact that I solo travel. Very fucking weird. So I'm wondering if that teach you a lesson is that, like, oh, I'll teach you about the dangers of traveling alone, of camping alone, of bushcrafting alone as a woman. People are far more terrifying than any cryptids or ghouls at night. Yep. Yep.
Been following her, or at least knew where to find her. But just when she thought it couldn't get worse, what she discovered next left her completely distraught.
Unfortunately, I can only imagine how it gets worse. With camping videos like this, I think it's when you start becoming an audience, I think maybe after 3,000 views, 3,000 subscribers. Let me put it that way, 3,000 subscribers. I don't think you can camp the same place twice. I really, especially if you're a young woman, and you do it solo. I don't think it's safe. Because as soon as you do one vlog of your solo camping trip, they know your routes, they know your paths, they know where you hide your items, they know where you camp, you know? They know where your vehicle might be parked and located. They know what type of gear you're gonna have with you, most likely, if you share that. So I'm not saying, I'm not victim blaming or anything like that, but I think it's something to consider if you are doing this type of content. You have to remember that there are scary people that could be watching your videos.
Disturbed. After reading the letter and trying to make sense of it, she decided it was best to take it and put it in her bag as evidence.
Good.
That's when she noticed something extremely unbelievably concerning.
There's more?
Den Zettel nehme ich mit. I bring this notification at home.
Is it a photo? Girl, say something. I'm scared. Oh God, it's a photo. What is it of? What is that photo of? Is it a photo? It's a fucking photo. What is it? Girl, I'm scared.
Also jetzt hat der Spaß ein Loch.
The fun's been over. What do you mean? What is it? What is it? What is it? No. What is it?
So,
I'm so scared.
there is a photo from me. It's the same backpack that I carry today, and it's very damaged. So I'm not sure if it's a wildlife track.
Oh. Okay, let's hope, let's pause, everyone breathe. Okay, let's hope we have seen her setting up her tripod to take photos of her walking, to take footage of her walking for her vlogs. Let's hope this ends with her realizing that it's a screen grab from one of her older vlogs or something. Let's hope it was that. Let's hope that it's a screen grab from her own video, and it's just it's scary as shit. Let's not deny that. Girl, you can't camp in these woods anymore. No, you can't. A trail cam pic? You think it's a trail cam pic? That's also scary. Yeah, that's also scary as shit. I also hate that. I hate a trail cam pic. She needs to get out right now. She needs to leave fucking immediately, especially if she took the same path that she normally takes to get to this campsite, which I assume she did. She needs to leave and get her dog out of there fucking immediately. Immediately. Okay. Sorry, I need my heart rate to calm back down. Holy shit. We've been watching ghost videos. Nothing. Meh. Okay. Fucking men. Man, Jesus fucking Christ. God. It's not her outfit, it's her backpack, though.
Photo or not, because there is the date
There's the date?
on it, but when it's not a wildlife camera photo, that means that this person was in my closer area and take a photo from me, walk behind me, wants to check where I am, what I do. That means that I have this again. I had it all in the past. I had a stalker that write me letters at my private address, which is something that nobody knows, which knows who I am, which knows the places where I was bushcrafting.
So this is the second time this has happened.
Of them and send it to me. Look, I found your new camp, and I had this all in the past.
She was left completely speechless, and understandably so. Someone had been stalking her.
Okay, her reaction makes more sense now then. Okay. Because she's thinking, I dealt with this already. Oh, God. But there's another one, you know? I think it's frustration, but also exasperation simultaneously. I don't think it's freeze. I think she's trying to communicate why she's not immediately running. The photo jarred her. The photo scared the shit out of her. The note was one thing. The photo really got her, though, and you can see that her reaction is totally different when she was like, I'm going to take this with me, but I'm going to leave. And then she saw the photo, and then she, like, got jostled more, you know? She feels safe as well, yeah. Jesus.
And she mentioned it wasn't the first time this had happened. It could very well have been the same person from before, which is absolutely terrifying. This individual had been following her from a distance, even taking photos. The scariest part? At the very moment she was filming, that person could have been hiding nearby, watching her from the bush.
That's the only thing. I wish she would have packed her gear up and immediately left and given up this story somewhere else. Because the more you stay here, especially if that is a trail cam, if they're trying to find you and see you on another trail cam or something, you know, like it's, I would have to operate as if they're right there. I would have to. I'd be like, I'm leaving immediately. We're going.
Bushes. What makes it even more disturbing is that she often filmed herself swimming or walking naked in the woods, believing she was completely alone. She never showed anything explicit on YouTube, of course, but the stalker knew he could see her like that from afar, behind the camera. It's clear that whoever was stalking her is a dangerous, creepy individual, likely capable of taking things even further.
You need to leave.
At least she always carries protection.
Oh shit, she's strapped. Okay. Good. Still, girl, I need you to leave. Strapped or not. I need you to get out of here. I need you to go to a different woods or something. I don't know.
At the end of the video. For those who think they've never been followed or stalked in the forest, maybe you have, and just didn't realize it.
Right then, maybe only thinking what could have happened.
Where the creator shares videos of his camping adventures. He usually spends nights in the forest, often around a campfire or in his car, but this time he decided to do something different. He knew about a cabin deep in the woods that was rarely used, so he planned to spend the night there and film the entire experience. On his way, however, he noticed the smell of smoke, which grew stronger the closer he got. Strange for that time of day. As he approached the cabin, he spotted a man who immediately ran off, when the creator shone his flashlight in his direction. He began recording again, and this is what he captured.
Oh, good. A white man to make poor decisions.
Guys, I never film when I start walking in because I have too much stuff to carry.
Okay.
And through some bad stuff. But I got up to this point. My camera wasn't on. It was all put up. And I've been smelling smoke. I've been smelling smoke for
Is that a light
probably the
in the
last
corner?
10 minutes.
Someone making a fire?
I got up here. I'm gonna leave my stuff down here.
Someone's gonna steal your shit,
Off
dude.
running beside that tree right there and went back that way, and I heard him for the longest going out that way.
Because you scared the shit out of them. They thought you were the cops.
He has built a fire pit. See, here's the cabin. Doors open.
Okay, yeah. Respectfully, someone's definitely trespassing and they thought you were a cop or the owners and you scared the shit out of them.
There's one of those solar light driveway lights that
Oh,
they
smart.
put in.
Yeah, they got blocks out to block the... Yeah, they're doing some shenanigans. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think this is that scary yet.
The fire looks like it's been going for a couple hours at least.
Yeah, they were chilling.
Fresh wood on it. That wood hasn't even caught on yet. That fire has been going for a good bit.
He spent a while looking around, trying to see if the man would come back or
No,
if
he
he had
thinks
left
you're the
anything
owner.
behind. It was strange. There was nothing in the cabin that seemed to belong to him. The most bizarre part was
Is it
that
your
when he
cabin?
ran off, he left his fire burning, almost as if he didn't expect anyone to be around and didn't want to be seen.
Yeah,
After
dude.
several minutes of searching and waiting,
Is
the
this his
creator
cabin?
concluded the man wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
So he decided to make use of the fire himself. Pretty smart idea, if you ask me. He sat by the fire, talking to the camera for nearly half an hour. But then, completely
Men
out
are
of nowhere,
weird.
something happened that was both unexpected and life-threatening.
Let me guess, the guy comes
a look.
back with a knife. Oh my god, thank god. I will say, finally, thank you for following. Finally, as Shadow's Glock follows us at this exact moment. I will say finally, because the amount of videos we've seen where gunshots are heard and no one hits the deck, this guy did the smartest thing possible and he dropped like a fucking rock. Immediately, he dropped. The amount of people that just stand there and they're like, I hear them over that way. And at any point you could get shot in the head. People are dumb. So I'm glad he at least dropped immediately. Gun knife. Stay down. Stay down. You don't know what he's doing. Stay down. I'd stay down. Low-key, I'd crawl to the cabin. I'd like army crawl to the cabin. Really? Survival instincts of the Scooby Gang.
Somebody shot. Sounded like a low caliber pistol, 22.
Oh, damn.
I didn't hear nothing hit around here. But it was close. It was very close. I thought I was getting shot.
Was that a lantern? Wait. I'm backing up. Hold on.
I didn't hear nothing hit around here. But it was close. It was very close. I thought I was...
That's a lantern. That's like a post light. That's not a big deal. That's a post light. That's not someone holding it. That's definitely a light on a post or something. That's not a big deal.
getting shot.
I don't think that's that scary.
Let me turn this back on.
Let me just take the
widescreen.
loudest
Bull.
steps known to man on the
It wasn't
loudest.
clear if the shots were aimed at him or not, but the important thing is that he missed, and probably because of that, he ran away. The creator was completely freaked out. He looked around for any trace of someone, but found nothing. It was obvious the area was no longer safe, but this raises the question: why did the man run in the first place? Don't judge me too
Trespassing?
harshly, but after watching a lot of movies, here's my theory.
Oh God.
It seemed like the person could have been someone wanted hiding in the forest. When he saw movement, he might have had to
If you're new here, Wilderness Whispers likes to write fan fiction about the videos.
leave everything behind and just flee. But then why come back to shoot? Yeah, it's just a theory, but it makes you think, right? Anyway, let me know what you guys think happened
I don't know.
there.
I don't think they've.
Just grateful that nobody...
He said, I don't normally film when I'm walking up because I have to carry all this gear and I have to go through this brush. So I'm assuming this is a place he at least goes to a lot.
got hurt. Emma and Reese are a married couple who have spent the last 13 years traveling around the UK
Okay,
and
we have
Europe
white woman
in various
dreads.
camper vans. Now, together
Alright.
with their little dog Daisy, they travel full-time
It's
in
not
their
fanfic, it doesn't include a
self-converted
spicy
van
ship. That's
called
not how that
Romany,
works.
which is also where the name
Your
of their
face, man.
channel, Romany Pirates,
I
comes from.
I really can never get behind white people dreads. Like just from I can't. It stresses me out every time. And frankly, our hair, I'm coming out as a white woman. Our hair doesn't handle dreads well. So your hair will rot off. If you try and get it just, we don't have the density for it. It doesn't work like that.
Throughout their years
They might be
on the
Roma,
road, they've
true.
experienced
I
a few
should say
minor
that,
incidents here
but I
and
have no
there,
idea.
but nothing too
I
serious.
should note, rarely though, when I've met a white woman with dreads, they are rarely Roma. I should make that note. I don't think I've ever met one.
Still, it just goes to show that even though van life is amazing 99% of the time,
Congrats on coming out,
there's
thank you.
always that small 1% that, rare as it may be, can leave a lasting impact. And that's exactly what happened in this video. They were simply in the mood for a bit of
So in
adventure,
December was great.
so they
Yay.
hopped into their van and started driving, planning to find a nice spot to stop along the way.
So we're trying to find a place to stay for the night. It's not that easy, is it?
It's driving me mad.
Emma's going mad. So we're struggling.
Are those
in
crocheted
the place that
banners?
we are, we're
That's
really
kinda fun.
struggling to find anywhere to park.
I've never
for the
crocheted
night.
banners like that.
We've checked a couple of
Hi, white woman.
places
Hi.
out, a couple of spots. This is another kind of one of those realities of van life. Moments where you're just like, oh, can't find anywhere. I'm getting hungry. Emma's hungry. Daisy's definitely hungry. So I'm gonna try and figure this out and see if we can find a place for the night.
They eventually found a spot that was fairly remote, so they settled in and set up camp. They started cooking some food and everything was going great. They were relaxed and enjoying their time together. But once night fell, things began to take a strange turn.
There's been some noises outside. We've heard like a lot of people going up. And we've already heard quite a bit of like banging around.
Look at this little dog. I'm sorry, I didn't realize their dog was so little. I don't know why I pictured a big dog.
Outside. We don't know what it is. We don't know what's happening. I said to Reese to like go and check and see. And he's like, oh, look out. We can see quite a few people. There's quite a few cars. I don't want to get outside because I don't know what I'm walking into. Had to like feed Daisy like
This dog doesn't know what day it is. This dog is like, wow, mom and dad are being really quiet. It's weird.
as quiet as I possibly can do. I feel like something feels really. I don't like the feeling of it. Then move. It'll be alright. It'll drive off.
Can they hear you?
I can hear people coming round. Right, so we've driven about.
Good, smart.
Yeah, about 30 minutes down the road.
What the fuck happened?
Shaking.
Poor Daisy, she's literally shaking.
So they basically, a load of people ran off laughing, and we heard them drive off. Had a look at the van, Can't see any damage to the van, but obviously it's dark, it's night time, it's the middle of the night, so...
There was just like a loud bang, so basically like a really loud bang.
Teenagers
It was
being
right next to my
assholes?
head, so I didn't know what it was. So I apologise for my language. But it was just this really loud noise, and then like Reece says, we just heard like a lot of laughing. It seems like it were probably like, you know, young lads or something like that, I don't know, but they're obviously old enough to drive because they were in cars. As soon as we knew it had sort of gone quiet, we've just obviously got straight in van, we've driven off, we've made sure nobody's following us. We've come to a place that's on Park for Night.
Yeah, it's
because we didn't pick the last place from Park for Night, did we?
No,
We just pulled up.
we just pulled up, we didn't even know where we were really.
And we do that sometimes, you know, we've done that regularly, we do it sometimes.
I don't think they were in a forest.
I think
I think they just pulled over in a neighborhood, and people were assholes. I don't think it's a forest.
From what it sounded like, I think it were just young lads, you know, like I said, old enough to drive, but should have known better, really.
The good
I don't
thing
think
is
they
that
were
they
in.
immediately
I think they were
drove
just in a
off and
neighborhood.
Got away from those people. They believe it was probably a group of young lads, but even so, it's crazy what some people will do just to impress their friends, even if that
Teenage
means
boys are
scaring
weird.
someone half to death by trying to break into a van, or worse. Moments like this really make you think about how many unpredictable people are out there, just walking freely among us. Van life is amazing, but constantly searching for new places to camp and making sure those places are safe does come with risks. That said, break-ins can happen in houses too. The difference is that homes usually have
is this
neighbors
an ad?
nearby, which offers a bit more protection.
No.
Roderick's Outdoors
That sounded
is
like
a
a Simply
channel
Safe
focused
ad.
on hunting, where Roderick films his outdoor trips and shares them online. Usually, he's the one doing the hunting.
Wild. God, yeah, this is okay. I'm giving you guys some free YouTube game. Don't do this. You don't need to date the thumbnails like this, especially when you have it as the title. You don't need to put the date in the thumbnail like that.
But in this particular
I don't think he
video,
does
the
ads, but it
situation
sounded
took
like
a
an ad, so I was
dangerous
like,
turn. Roderick and his friends were out turkey hunting in a forest, dressed in full camouflage and staying as quiet as possible,
Are y'all gonna get
so they
shit?
wouldn't disturb any
They're definitely okay. My prediction is they get shot at because they're in full fucking camo.
nearby birds. Everything seemed normal at first, just another calm day in the wild. But while they were carefully waiting in the woods, something happened that completely changed the situation and put them in serious danger. Take a look.
Can't hear you. Are you good? Oh, are you making bird noises? Holy shit. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Dude, I don't think that was close. I think they fucking shot him. I think he got fucking shot. Pre-watch, dude, no! I just know how teenage boys are, or young men are. I don't know how fucking old these dudes are. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy fucking shit. It looked like you got hit.
Another hunter, unable to properly identify his target, mistook Roderick's camouflage for a turkey and fired directly at him.
Holy shit! That's where they fired him? He fired from right fuck. Oh, God. Oh, God. No, it got him in the leg.
Fortunately, the shot didn't strike any vital organs. It hit his leg instead.
Yeah, it got him in the
While
leg.
the injury was still serious and extremely painful, it was not life-threatening. He later recovered, but the incident came dangerously close to
Jesus.
becoming a tragedy. Situations like this show just how critical
Yeah, see, because I have this thing. I don't want to do hunting because I don't want to do hunting. But also, I have this thing where I get concerned with hunting because, one, I don't think there's a true end to human stupidity. Okay, so I do firmly believe that. However, I also don't believe there is a limit to human depravity. Meaning that I do think that there are hunters that will take advantage of confusion of hunting to actively shoot someone to try and make it look like an accident because people were assholes. So there's always that, you know?
safety is when hunting. You must always clearly identify your target and be fully aware of what you're shooting at. If there's even the slightest doubt, it's better not to pull the trigger, because one mistake could cost someone their life.
Like human stupidity already, I'm like, oh dear God, you know, but then I'm also like, I don't know, people are evil. I don't know. Not all
On
people,
May 11th,
but still.
2025, a video was posted that left many people wondering what had just happened. The footage, uploaded by user Wrigley720, was recorded while he and a friend were hiking through a forest near a park. Everything seemed completely normal at first, but then he noticed something incredibly strange. Every person around him had suddenly stopped moving and was standing perfectly still. Take a look.
Yeah, what's going on here? Got one guy just stood there. He's been stood there for about an hour. This other guy just stood here.
My prediction, birders. These people are birding. And that's why they're standing still in this wooded area. They're birding.
This woman just stood here.
They're looking for birds.
That guy just stood there.
That woman's walking. They're looking for birds.
There's a guy 2 trees over there, and then this woman just stood here. But like, they just stood here doing mad stuff.
That
Birding?
alone was unsettling, and at first it almost
So birding is bird watching.
seemed like the people were under the influence of something, as if they had taken substances that made them like zombies. It wouldn't have been the first video online to show something like that, but the situation quickly took a strange and confusing turn when something unexpected happened. Take a look.
Okay.
Right, now they've all just started walking. Just walking away. Just all walking randomly. They're all just stood there, stopped. Now they've all just started walking. Look, she's got the thing. They just started walking. What is going on?
Boys are weird.
What's happening? Have we just witnessed some like... We just witnessed some sort of... What was it?
Say hi. She has AirPods in.
What's going on? What? They've just started walking. Look, she's just walking.
This is not
Then,
scary.
suddenly, everyone started walking at the exact same moment.
Scurry.
As if
They're
someone
trying
had
to
pressed a
scurry
button.
off.
It wasn't like the two guys knew all the people around them, which made the whole situation feel even stranger. People in the comments quickly began sharing theories. Most believed the two friends had nothing to do with it, and that it was actually a coordinated prank, organized by the people in the park to scare others. One comment that really stood out came from a girl named Lydia, who said that when she was at university, they used to stage similar social experiments just to freak people out. So that could very well explain what happened here.
They all have AirPods
But
in.
in reality, no one knows for sure. Maybe it was a planned prank. Maybe it involved people under the influence of something. Or maybe it was one of those so-called glitches in the Matrix. Maybe that's why I can't remember anything from that day. What if I was in a trance too?
What? You're an AI.
That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.
Alrighty. I'm gonna make myself be done because I'm gonna finish my video for tomorrow, make sure it's all ready to go before I go to the airport. And yeah, I think we're gonna call it for tonight, chat. Thank you guys for all of you that still hung around after the raid. Thank you guys for all the follows and stuff. Thank you. I think we hit a record or something. I don't know. But thank you guys so much. And yeah, stay safe. Yeah. I mean, right now, okay, I'm going to try and stream when I'm in Japan, but we should act as if I won't be able to. I have been able to stream on hotel Wi-Fi before, but I haven't done it in Japan yet. So we'll see. And the plan is there's going to be lots of content as well. So like you guys will see stuff still. Like other content will be consistent. The plan is I should be back by the 13th. Might be earlier. It won't be later. It'll be earlier. Like if there is any issues, you guys will see me sooner. Let's hope there's no issues. I would like to avoid issues. Thank you for following. But yeah, check out Bose. If you guys haven't subscribed to Bose yet or followed Bose, check out Bose. Bose streams way more consistently than I do. So you will at least have Bose content. Let's see. I hope you have a great time. Thank you. I hope I do too. Dang, dude, 3 weeks. That's a dream. I know. Issues bad. Yes. But it's going to be fun. Let's hope global politics allows me my full trip. Worst case scenario, I will be thankful to go home. Okay? That's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Goodbye. Oh, wait, no, I should find someone to raid, huh? I should raid out. What am I thinking? Who should I raid? Let's see. Should we raid Nandre? We haven't raided Nandre in a minute. Okay, Nandre just went live a little while ago, like 40 minutes ago, so this is good. We're gonna raid Nandre. Have fun with Nandre. All right. Alrighty. Bye, guys. I'll see you in April. Bye. Bye, YouTube chatters. Bye.